Just received my Makita MAC700 2 horsepower compressor. Ordered it from Amazon on Wednesday, got it on Friday. Got the 2-day shipping because I'm a Prime member. I like that. It was free, so $1.99 at Amazon and free shipping, and at this time no tax. Here are the specs that are on the side of the carton. Take a look. You can see what it all says. And now we're going to open it up and I'm going to show you how to set it up. So it looks pretty good. Just kind of taking a look at what came out of the box. It just lifted right out of the box in this condition. A little bit of oil leak, probably from when they tested it. But other than that, looking pretty good. No damage, but I can see from the carton that if it were to fall or bang into some other shipment delivery, it could definitely get bumped into and cause some damage, which mine isn't, so I'm pretty excited about that. So here's what y'all get with your compressor. It's a small little thing, kind of nice. Hefty though, it's a little over 50 pounds, so kind of drag it around. You get your pump oil right here, and so I'll be putting that in a minute. You get your air filter right here, put that on in a second, and you're going to get your oil filler too, because if you look right over here, that's where you're going to put the oil, right in there. So that'll fill the crankcase full of oil, and so I'm going to do that right now. No need to show you that because I'll probably spill something. So anyway, that's where the oil goes. So I added the oil. I actually added everything that was in that tube, or in that little jug they gave you. If you look down here, there's the oil fill. I'm just slightly over the red dot, which shouldn't make any difference. Well, it doesn't make any difference to me, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now, that's where I removed the little plastic plug, and now I'm going to put this in. There's your oil tube that came in the package of parts when you first opened it up. Now the next thing is we're going to put the air filter in. That's over on this side. That's where it's going to suck in air. And then over on this side, if you look up in there, that's where the air is going to come out of the compressor head and then flow over into the itty bitty little tank. So there you go. Next step is to put the air filter on. I'm going to use this PTFE tape, which is also known as Teflon tape. Same kind of stuff they use in frying pans, also in plumbing and everything else. That makes sure that if you ever have to take it off, you can. So I wrap that around the threaded end here of the air filter. Now we're just going to screw it in right here. So I'm going to screw it in and set to go to turn it on. So there you go. I got on it with a little rag there and tightened her down really tight. And this is the cover that goes on there. It's just going to go right on so. I can find the hole while I hold the camera. And then there's just the wing nut. Right here. Put that on. And now you're set to go. So I'm going to get ready to fire it up here and follow the directions. I'll kind of show you what they tell you to do. Alright, we're ready to start this this compressor up. So first thing we're going to do is do what they tell you in the instructions, and that is open up the air receiver valve, which is right there. And really that's just your drain valve for your air tank. But what they want you to do is run the air compressor for about 20 minutes without any load on the pump head and the reason for that is to make sure it gets all lubricated and that. Another thing I didn't mention before was the oil that I put in it from Makita is actual compressor oil, and their recommendation in there is do not use regular motor oil. That can cause problems according to Makita. So when you do change oil, make sure you get actual compressor oil, and just read the manual to see what temperature conditions you're going to use it in. So there's the drain valve we're going to open up there. So that's open. Okay, we have the unit plugged in. Did have a little trouble though. I thought I'd do a test run just to quick start it up, and it blew the circuit breaker, so had to rearrange that. Don't know if that's a issue or not. Don't think it is. But anyway, so now I'm plugged in. Come over here, and I'm going to start it up. So now you can hear it run. It's pretty quiet, you know. And so I'm going to let it run for. I'm going to turn that down. So feel down here, I got air leaking out of the tank, which means no air is going to be built up in the pressure in the tank as of yet. I'm going to go in, put a timer on, run it for about 20 minutes, and then there's a little bit of a smell of oil, but we'll see in 20 minutes if that's still there. Brand new unit, you know. So there you go, nice and quiet. Well, it's been running for about 20 minutes now, a little bit over actually. So I'm going to close the valve down here, and then so there you go. It's a lot quieter without that air. Now we'll kind of see how fast it gets up to pressure. While we're doing that, I give a little heat test here. A little bit of warmth in the compressor. Head-wise, it's hot, but you know it's warm. And you put your hand on it. You wouldn't hold it longer than 5 seconds. The oil is looking like it's got a little bit of foam there, you know, so moving around. I'll probably let some oil out just to get it down to that red dot. There's a little smell of oil in the air. That just could be. We're already up to 100 pounds. So that's where that's at. Kind of scared me there. Took about a minute and 10 seconds to get up to full pressure. That's not bad. What I did was I actually drained out a little bit of extra oil that I did add when I added all the oil that came with the unit. The drain plug actually is underneath the view plug. Now you can see I'm right at the red line, and so I drained it out and just undid it a little bit and used a 10mm wrench. And do not use a crescent wrench. I started with that, and you will round off that nut and then you'll be extremely irritated. So if you want to look at the oil though, you can see that just that 20 minutes of running created a fairly dirty oil. So being a little bit fussy myself, I'll probably go pick up some replacement compressor oil at one of the local machine shops around here, and I'll probably drain that out in a little bit and put in fresh oil. You have to realize these are motors, and then when they were built they have metal filings and all the machining that gets done, and they don't get that all out when they so it's best to change that oil right away then, and it'll help a lot. So that would be my recommendation after a little bit more use. Okay, let's just wrap this up. Makita recommends that after you're done using it, what you do is you come over here, you turn off the switch, so now the actual unit's off. You can then well, that's one way to let the air out. the other way is to actually, and that took it down to 30 pounds. That's the relief valve. A little bit of, as you can see on my hand, there's actually a little bit of water. It's best to drain those tanks fairly often. My other compressor, my old compressor, I had a Sears compressor, would get quite a bit of water in it actually, especially if you run them in the winter. They can get where they're sloshing around pretty good. And on that one they did not have a relief valve like that, or a valve to drain it, so it was a real pain in the butt. But so I'd recommend when you're done using it, drain out the air and turn it off just like Makita says, and then you're ready to go for the next time. So there you go. That's how I set up my Makita, and I think that I'm going to have quite a few years of service out of this. It's a very nice little compressor. It's going to meet my needs very well. Well, thanks for watching, and